everybody. Welcome to TGIF. Thank goodness it's Friday. Welcome to Live with Chef Susie. We're here every Friday at 4 p.m. sharp. We do that Pacific Standard Time, and I'm here working with Nevada Extension. I work for extension.unr.edu right here in Southern Nevada, where I teach nutrition education in the Clark County School District. Well, today and every Friday, I'm teaching it live right here in my kitchen. This is a virtual live cooking show where I do 3 recipes every week. But before I get started, I always start with a quote of the day. And I've been using special quotes from timeless presidents of our United States of America. Today's quote is coming at you from the 26th president, that's Theodore Roosevelt. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Also, I always like to point out some signs of strength where people show up for each other during this difficult time. Well, creativity is the process of using imagination and critical thinking to generate a new idea of values. So in Wellesley College, they made a way for students to exchange letters between generations of older alumni, and they've been going back and forth sending letters to each other. That's pretty cool. Also, a Michigan man named Alan Marshall used his life savings to pay for gas for nurses headed to the DMC hospital in Detroit. That's pretty awesome. So you can survive or you can thrive. So what I always say is write down 3 things you want to accomplish or build up or work on. For me, I want to pass my registered dietitian exam. I want to become Chef Susie RD, and that's what I want to accomplish. How about you? So whoever's here, I want to say hi and thank you for joining. Today's 3 recipes are Catio Pepe, Vietnamese mango salad, and the Vegas protein date. This is going to be an awesome day because we are so excited. These 3 recipes have come together so beautifully because I work on them all week, finding out little tips and tricks and how I can teach you the history behind each recipe. So let's get started. Our first recipe is called Cacio Pepe. Cacio Pepe means cheese and pepper. And guess what? There's only 3 ingredients. I'm going to take this away because it's in the way. This is my contest that I won for the Vegas protein date, and we'll talk about that later. So Cacio Pepe just needs 3 ingredients. That's right. That's whole peppercorns, pecorino romano cheese, and pasta. 3 ingredients is all it takes to make the most amazing ancient dish of Italian cuisine. This dish was called Cacio Pepe because, of course, it means cheese and pepper, but because the shepherds were walking alongside of the sheep in the Apennine Mountains during the spring and summer months, and they had to sleep and camp out alongside their sheep, and they needed ingredients to make a dish every night that was easy and that was portable. And they just wanted to bring 3 simple ingredients. So that's right, they brought whole peppers, pecorino romano, and pasta in their bags, and that's what they made every night. And the pepper in this dish is so amazing and activates your body heat, and that helped at night during those cold months. So Cacio Pepe is a 2,500-year-old recipe. It's amazing, it's portable, it didn't spoil, and it's been additions in all different places in the world. People have added olive oil, they've added butter and cream, but we're gonna do it the original way with just 3 ingredients. It's beautiful, it's simple, and it's perfect. This creamy dish emulsifies a sauce that coats each strand of spaghetti. You're gonna love it. So I'm gonna dump my spaghetti right into the water. The water's boiling and it's heavily salted. Put my pasta right into the water. Let's get that going. While that boils over here, we're gonna start working with our whole peppercorns. The whole peppercorns are amazing in this dish because I've never done this before and now I never won't do it, put it that way. So whole peppercorns, usually we find them in a pepper grinder. Have you ever thought about roasting them in a pan? Well, that's what we're gonna do. Let's turn my pan on over here. And in this pepper mill right here is peppercorns from here. I took these whole peppercorns and I put them in a pan and they look just like this. And I roasted them until they made my whole kitchen have an aromatic smell that blew the whole house up. It was great. They were popping and sizzling. And then after they were done, then I put them inside this pepper mill, which I'm now going to grind right into this pan. So I've got my already roasted whole peppercorns, and I'm grinding it into this pan. This pan right here is where we're going to take the pasta out and cook the rest of it in this pan. But before that, we're going to make the cream sauce. And the cream sauce is pretty awesome. All we're going to do is take the Pecorino Romano cheese, which is right here. Now, Pecorino Romano, how is it different from Parmigiano Reggiano? Well, one thing is this. The cheese says what it is, and the second word says where it's from. So Pecorino Romano means pecorino. Pecora means sheep, and pecorino is from sheep. Romano is from Rome. So Parmesan Reggiano means basically it's from Parmesan is from Reggiano, which is a part in Italy. So that's what it means. Now, the difference between the two of them, one's a cow, one's a sheep. That's right. Parmesan is the cow, and sheep is pecorino. So we're going to use this 100% sheep's milk cheese called Pecorino Romano, and it's 100% lactose-free, which is a pretty awesome trick. So pecorino, just a little history about pecorino while we're waiting for our pasta to boil and our peppers, our whole pepper to get nice and toasty. What I'd like to tell you about pecorino is that, of course, it's from sheep, but the pecorino is only made in 3 places of Italy. That's right, 3 places. Those 3 places are a place called Lazio, a place called Grosseto, and a place called Sardinia. Those are the 3 areas in Italy that it's only allowed to be made in, because those sheep get to graze freely and they have wild pastures, and you and me get to taste the beautiful flavors of their land. And that's why they have a PDO, which means Protected Designated Origin. It has a PDO on the label to let you know that it is Pecorino Romano. They take it very serious in Italy. You don't want to mess around with Italians. Okay, so this aging process is a 5-month process to age this cheese. It's a 2,000-year-old love story, and it's the most amazing melting cheese you'll ever work with. Let's make the paste, and I'll show you how great it is. So I've already grounded up this cheese for you. You want to make sure you get this cheese grounded up so fine. If you have to use a food processor, go for it. Or you might even have a grater that looks like this. Well, you want to use the real small part and get it as small as you can. So we're going to make the paste for this pasta. So now we're going to use our cheese and we're going to make the paste. So the paste for this cheese calls for, let's see here, we're going to use this Romano cheese, and we're going to use about, this is a tablespoon here, and we're going to use about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be 8 tablespoons, by the way. So it's the whole container. I've already had it measured out for you. So now that we have our cheese, next up, we're going to wait until this water gets nice and starchy. Now, this starch water is a very important part of this process. Very important. Very important. The pasta water plays a big role here. And it's important for everybody to know that it gets used 2 different ways. 1, to boil the pasta, and 2, to make this cheese paste. It's also going to be used in this pan with these fresh pepper that we're going to make it together into a paste as well. So remember, it's just 3 ingredients, but we're also going to use that starchy, beautiful water that came in this pasta. It's being boiled, and it's a heavily salted water, which is very important in Italian culture and when you want a delicious pasta. You're going to strain it anyway, but it's really nice to be used in a heavily salted water. So we also want this pasta to be undercooked. Very important. So I'm going to continue with my pepper here. I'm going to ground again, this pepper again. For those of you that are joining late in the game, this pepper grinder I put whole peppercorns in it after I roasted them. I roasted them in a little tiny pan that looked just like this. And I roasted the whole peppercorns and they were popping and sizzling and the whole house had a beautiful smell. You want to do that too. And then when you're done, you'll put those right into your pepper grinder. And then you can do what I do, grind the pepper right into the pan. We're going to let this get nice and toasty. And as soon as this pasta is ready, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put it into this pan. And it looks like it's ready. Now remember, guys, we want to use undercooked pasta. Very important, because the pasta is going to continue to cook in this pan as well. So if you're looking at your pasta instructions, like for instance, let's see this box right here. This is a whole grain pasta. And it says on here, let's see what it says. So we want to go about 2 minutes under the package. So this one here says to bring 4 to 6 quarts of water to a boil. And then it says to boil for 7 minutes. Well, you want to do 5 minutes. You want to go 2 minutes under your package, your pasta that you use. So now we're going to take this pasta right here, and it's going to go into here. And before we do it, guys, we're going to use 1 cup. That's right, 1 cup of hot boiling pasta water into our pan. And we're going to let it sizzle. That's a half a cup, and this is another half a cup. So what we're doing now is we're getting a nice simmer going on with our fresh roasted peppercorns. And our next move is, let's make our paste. Our cheese paste is going to be used with 1 tablespoon of pasta water. That's right, just 1 tablespoon of pasta water is going to go on top of this Pecorino Romano cheese. And we're going to mix it. And you're going to see it turn into a paste. Looks like we need 1 more tablespoon of pasta water. Get that full. And we're going to bring it to a paste. It came into a nice paste right away. Now this cheese paste is very important to your dish. If you don't have pecorino and you just have Parmesan, that'll be okay. It won't be history, but it'll be okay. So now I'm going to move some of my pasta. Okay, this here needs a little more water. Let's put a little more water in here. And mix it up into a nice pasty texture, which is perfect. It's perfect. Looks like right now it looks like it's ricotta cheese, but it's not. So let's get that over here. Now we've got this sizzling. We need to get this pasta into this pan because we don't want to overcook it. We want it to be undercooked for a reason. So what I'll do next is, this is going to be a hot pan. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take my spaghetti and I'm going to put it right into here just to get all the water out of it. And then as we do that, I'll put it right into here. I'll do 1 more just to get it nice, get all the water out of it that way. And then I've got couple more here. Now this is the pan it's going to finish cooking in. Remember guys, it's Cacio Pepe. And we're going to try to make it exactly like it's been made by many Italian chefs that I used to work for, because I worked in fine dining for a long time. So now I can turn this one off. Okay. And now we're going to cook in this one over here. So now I'm going to we're going to cook this for 3 to 4 minutes before I add my paste. My paste is a mixture of Pecorino Romano and pasta water. So as this is simmering for 3 to 4 minutes, next up I'll add my paste to this dish, and guess what? It's done. It's the easy, simple, beautiful Cacio Pepe. The best part for me of this dish is those peppercorns. That was an experience like no other. Smelling your whole kitchen, oh my gosh, it was amazing. So it's sizzling up and it's still cooking. Remember, that's why you took it out early. Still has a couple more minutes to cook it in this pan. We can't forget that. So again, for those of you that are just joining us, we're almost done with our first recipe, Cacio Pepe, which means cheese and pepper. And it's a dish that comes 2,500 years ago. And it was in Italy, in Rome, at the birth of Rome. And it's important to know that it's sheep's milk. 100% lactose, 100% sheep's milk. Pecorino Romano is what we're using today. And this dish, the younger the cheese, the easier it melts. So there's special pasta dishes in every region. Well, in this region, which is Rome, you have your Cacio Pepe, and this is my cheese right here. I'm shutting off the heat, guys, for a reason. because it's going to cook itself now. So I shut off the heat, and now I've got my cheese in the pan, and now I'm just going to take my tongs over here, and I'm just going to lightly let it get all melted, and this is going to be a beautiful creamy experience. I had this for lunch earlier. It was so peppery, I just couldn't believe it. But then I realized that pepper that I was experiencing was the same pepper those sheep herders were experiencing when they were trying to activate their body heat every night. So it's for a reason. So now I'm just going to toss it together, mix it up real nice. Make sure we're getting all coated perfectly because you want to taste every strand of spaghetti to have that pecorino romano. And if you've ever been to my house before, I've made this many times for you. And I like to add little things like broccoli or whatever I have left over, some vegetables, spinach. You can make this any way you want. You can even make it super spicy with some chili flakes. But it looks like our Catio Pepe is ready to serve. I'm going to plate this for you in this plate right here. And you're going to have your first dish, Catio Pepe. Oh, it's so creamy and delicious too. This serves about 4 people, folks. I used a half a box of pasta, and I used a whole container of pecorino romano, okay? I'm gonna garnish this with some fresh ground pepper that we've already toasted, and voila, this is called Catio Pepe. And I'll get you a closer look at it. It's really nice and creamy. It's a delicious dish that you can make anytime, anywhere. It's simple, it's easy. You only need 3 ingredients. Super cool, right? Let's keep it moving. Our next recipe today is going to be called a Vietnamese mango salad. I was really excited to make this salad because it's so refreshing for a summertime salad, and I thought, why not do it? So this Vietnamese salad needs only a few ingredients, but these ingredients make it special. The number 1 ingredient is the king of fruit. That's called a mango. Mangoes are beautiful. They're the king of fruit for a reason. They're also from the National Mango Board. You can go on their website and find recipes and how to cut it right. And you can find so many nutrition facts about it as well. Or you can just go to mango.org, and it is National Mango Month. June, can you believe that? I didn't even know that until I realized it. And I put this recipe, I figured this months ago, and here we are. It's June, National Mango Month. So welcome to you, the king of fruit, the mango. This ancient fruit is as old as 5,000 years, and it's a symbol of love in India. So when you put a basket of mangoes to give to a friend, it's a gesture of friendship. 1 cup of mango is 100 calories. It's a very low-calorie fruit. It also has unbelievable benefits to it. It's got vitamins, it's got minerals, it alkalizes the body, regulates diabetes, helps digestion. I mean, it boosts your immunity, helps your eyesight. It is the king of fruits for a reason. You can make juices, you can pickle mangoes, you can make jams, sorbet, you can make curries, salads, whatever you like. It's mango. They come in 4 colors, yellow, red, orange, and green. There's 400 varieties of mangoes. It's a big deal. So this dish is going to call for julienned mangoes, which I've already julienned for you. It's an unripe mango for a reason. You want to use an unripe mango. Now, mangoes, how do we tell if they're ripe? Well, it's not about the way they look. It's about the way they feel. So you want to kind of lightly push into them and see if they give a little bit. And you can also smell the stem. This one's an unripe banana for a reason. You want them nice and crunchy and hard. So I went ahead and I julienned these for you. So these are your julienned mangoes. So I'm going to put this in just about a half a mango. I'm going to add this to the bowl. Next is our second ingredient, which is julienned carrots. Easier said than done, but they're julienned carrots. I put them in the same size as the mango for a reason, just so they'd all be one way of eating it. Now we've got a beautiful yellow and we've got a beautiful orange. Next up, we're going to add julienned cucumbers. Again, why not make a rainbow? So now we've got julienned cucumbers, julienned mangoes, and julienned carrots. That's 3 different colors of a beautiful rainbow of a dish. Next up, we're going to add some red onions. Red onions, pull it all together. And Now this is our dry salad. Now we're gonna make the dressing. The dressing is gonna be the best part of the salad. Look at the color here, guys. I mean, look at this. It's just so beautiful already. You can make a chutney out of this. I mean, this could accommodate any one of your dishes. It's just so beautiful. And I left the skin on the cucumber for a reason. You know why, guys. The greener the skin, the more the nutrients. Now I'm gonna make the dressing for this Vietnamese mango salad. The dressing is 2 wedges of lime, which is 2 wedges. You get about 8 wedges in a lime, so it's 2 wedges. I'm squeezing these 2 wedges into this little bowl right here. Let's not forget my fresh herbs. I've got mint and I've got some scallions. The scallions are going to go right into the dry and the mint's going to go with me. So I've got the mint and I've got the 2 limes. Next up, guys, let's get the rest of our ingredients. The rest of the ingredients is, again, we're on the dressing for a Vietnamese mango salad. We're going to need 1/2 teaspoon of liquid aminos. These are liquid aminos. They taste just like soy sauce, except they're not. So if I had 1/2 teaspoon, I would, let's see here. Okay. Oh, it's a tablespoon, guys. It's 1 tablespoon of aminos. 1 tablespoon. Okay. So I've got my 1 tablespoon of aminos on top of my 2 wedges of lime and my fresh mint. Next up, guys, we're going to move on to sesame oil. This is pure sesame oil. We're going to need 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. 1 tablespoon. Next up, we're going to need some agave. You can use agave, sugar, or honey. I opted for agave. So agave nectar, we're going to use 1/2 tablespoon of agave nectar. This is going to sweeten it up. You need some sweet with that citrus to pull it all together. Next up, that's about it. Now we're just going to use I've already squeezed my lime into this dressing. That was 2 wedges of lime. And the dressing is ready. So now I'm just going to add this to my Vietnamese mango salad. It's just so easy. It's just so fun. It is delicious, it's sweet, and it's savory. It's gonna be awesome. Comes together really nice. It's a great colorful dish anybody would love. And here is the Vietnamese mango salad. Beautiful, I can't wait to try that one. Next up, guys, take these gloves off. Let's get started. My most favorite recipe. Oh, we have a question. We finally have a question, let's do it.
Can you substitute soy?
Absolutely. Hopefully low sodium soy. Because we're always thinking about nutrition here, guys. Because my students could be watching too. And they love to learn about how to eat healthy and how to use their My Plate. This is a My Plate. My students learn how to use fruits, vegetables, grains, and protein on their dish every day, 3 times a day. And this part's for their dairy. But they learn that a dish isn't complete unless it has all the components. And I've taught them for so long. I know they're out there and I know they're thinking about, where's my vegetable? I need something still here. They know how to make their plate complete. We have any other questions there, Ralph? Okay, we're gonna get started on the smoothie. This smoothie is called the Vegas Protein Date. It's got a great story behind it. For one, it's a contest that I won, a pretty big contest with the National Dairy Council. I was a dietetic intern at the time working at the hospital, and they put my winning recipe in this magazine. This magazine is the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. It's called Food and Nutrition, and this is from September, October 2018. And if you go inside, you'll see the winner is Susie McLean. The first runner-up and the second runner-up were here too. But my recipe won, and I think it won because of the name. It's called the Vegas Protein Date. Why did I call it the Vegas Protein Date? You guessed it, it's got dates. So let's get started. We're going to use our blender. This is a blender. We're also going to use a banana. Not any banana. We took a banana that looked like this and we put it in the freezer. And that's the kind of banana we use, right, guys? Everybody knows. So I've got my very ripe banana. I'm going to unpeel it. I'm going to put this right into the blender. The first part of this recipe is 1 frozen banana. 1 frozen banana it is. Next up, let's see what it says here. We've got 1/4 cup of vanilla Greek yogurt. Now, 1/4 cup this one here is a little more than 1/4 cup, but I used a little single serving of vanilla Greek yogurt, make it nice and easy. And I'm gonna put that in here and I'm gonna save a little bit out because it doesn't use the whole cup. So far guys, I've got 1/4 cup of vanilla Greek yogurt, and now I'm gonna use 1/4 cup of 2% milk. 2% milk, of course, can be substituted for almond milk or soy milk or coconut milk, whatever you like. But this recipe is for the National Dairy Council, and that's why I won, because I used 2% milk. So let's get my 1/4 cup of 2% milk. Okay, 1/4 cup, 2% milk. Okay. Next up, guys, we've got 2 dates. Let's get my dates ready to go. I use pitted dates. Now, I love the China Ranch Date Farm. That's what inspired me to win this contest. But these are not China Ranch Date Farms. These are pitted dates, medjool dates. And we're going to use 2 of them. Since they're pitted, they can go right in. 1, 2. 2 dates. Next up, we're going to do 1 teaspoon of almond butter. This here is almond butter. And we're going to use 1 teaspoon. It's a little bit of an amount. It's not a big deal. It's going to get it nice and creamy, though. For those of you that are just joining, this is my winning recipe with the National Dairy Council. It's called the Vegas Protein Date. You got it. It's because I use dates. So far, I've got my 2% milk, my Greek yogurt, a frozen banana, some almond butter. Next up is going to be 3 teaspoons of old-fashioned oats. What I did with my old-fashioned oats, guys, was I grinded them in a coffee grinder to make them nice and fine. And I've already measured them out for you. So it's grinded, nice and fine, rolled oats. When you grind them like that, they really do well in smoothies. Next up, we've got 1/4 teaspoon of cocoa powder. Got my cocoa powder right here. 1/4 teaspoon of cocoa powder. Boom. Next up, that's about it, guys. We're going to blend this together for the Vegas Protein Date, and I'm going to top it with some sea salt for the flavor. All righty, I'm going to put my lid on it, and let's get this smoothie party started. So the blender I use is a Ninja blender. It's got 3 different attachments. Thank you, Sherry, if you're watching. Game changer. All righty. I can tell it looks creamy and it looks delicious because it's the Vegas Protein Date. That's why. So the Vegas Protein Date is a beautiful drink. And I love it because you're getting dairy, you're getting protein, and you're getting dates. Dates are amazing. The first time I learned about dates is when I did a marathon and I realized that those dates were very helpful in giving me energy all throughout the marathon. It was great. Dates are also a wonderful source of potassium, which is great. And it's got antioxidants, lowers your blood sugar. It also is nutrient rich and it's a brain booster. It's got choline for your memory, and it also reduces blood pressure. It's got 310 milligrams of magnesium. How cool is that? So this is the Vegas Protein Date. I'm going to use my rubber spatula to get the rest of it out of here. And it's a great drink, and you want to make sure you use the right ingredients, and you want it to make it your way. You don't have to make it my way, but this Vegas Protein Date is delicious. I made about 6 ounces here, so I'm going to take a sip and see how it came out. It's so creamy and thick. Delicious, absolutely delicious. And I hope you can enjoy the Vegas Protein Date too. So before we end our live video today, I'd like to introduce you to my favorite new thing, and that's a drink. This drink is a summer drink. Everyone loves refreshing summer drinks. Well, I found one made with hibiscus. This is called Agua de Jamaica, and it's made with beautiful hibiscus dried flowers. You boil the flowers, and you can add sugar if you want. I added agave nectar, and I also added honey once too. And then I made it, after it boiled, I put it into this beautiful mason jar, and I refrigerated it. Then I pour it over ice. but not any ice. I actually went to Target and got these awesome ice cubes. These ice cubes I made out of hibiscus. Why not? Makes it even better. And you can see the hibiscus flowers right inside the ice cubes. They're so cool. So I got this ice cube maker at Target. They look just like this. They're little squares. You get about 6 huge squares. And then you can pour your beautiful hibiscus juice right over top of those homemade ice cubes. And then you can put a nice squeeze of lime right in it. You could also use some fresh mint to garnish it with. Why not? Also, some fresh mint to garnish our Vietnamese salad with too. Some fresh mint right here. Let's try this. This is my favorite drink of the summer. We're going to do a drink next week too. Oh, it's delicious. Hibiscus tastes so good. So next Friday is going to be June 12th. We're going to do an awesome summer potato salad. We're also going to do a sweet spinach muffin. Yep, they come out green and they are delicious. And then we're going to make a pink mint lemonade, another agua fresca because it's summertime. And then moving forward, as we get closer to July 4th, we're going to do some easy recipes that you can bring to any barbecue anytime that are healthy, where people will say, who made this? It's amazing. That's going to be you, and you can thank me later. So thanks for joining, and we'll see you next week. And it's always a pleasure. TGIF, have a wonderful weekend.